makes most women start a business? Is it passion, money, or freedom? Welcome to Female Founders, the podcast that takes you behind the scene with women who are founders and CEOs to help you start and scale a successful business of your own. I am your host, Nagelia de Ravin. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Female Founders. In this episode, we are going to have a conversation with Coach Melody. She is the founder of Unwrap You. All right, good morning, Coach Melody. Thank you for the opportunity to chat with you today. And I am so excited to learn about everything you are doing and all the way that you are helping women and the world itself with health, because that's something that when it comes to our wellness, we forgot all about it. And then we also need that people like you to step up and say, hey, I can help you find a way to deal with that situation. You are the founder of Unwrap You. What led you to start that business?
Good morning, and I'm so happy to be here today to speak with you and your listeners. What led me to Unwrap You? I was in pharmaceutical sales prior to selling diabetes, blood pressure, weight management medications. And I just realized there is a better way. And when I say a better way, we have to start educating people on their wellness, more importantly, understanding like for me now, it starts more from the mindset, really kind of creating those behavior modifications and letting people understand and working with them on what good looks like: nutrition, physical activity, self-care, positive affirmations. All of that matters so much in the journey and really creating lifestyle change as opposed to all these quick fix. And I knew I love like just helping people in general. And so I went back, got some more education, decided to leave my 9 to 5, what they call good job, and start something new for myself that I have been blessed to be able to spread wellness around the world, even through a pandemic. It's been amazing because now people really want to hear and learn and act on what they need to do to be better versions of themselves.
Absolutely. And I think the time is now, especially with what happened with COVID-19. We were not ready for it. And I think that was like our biggest wake up call, like, hey, we need to take care of ourselves, not just everything else. And having people like yourself, especially as women, stepping out and said, hey, we can help you get you started and how to deal with everything else when it comes to wellness. Because with COVID-19, we need wellness, period.
Yes. I mean, think about it. It's not even COVID-19. It's everything that we're doing mentally. This is mental health month. But when you think about it, I mean, May is mental health month. But when you think about everything that people are going through, having to manage children, having to manage themselves, manage not being able to go to work, going to work, maybe some people are fearful. I've had the most as I'm doing corporate wellness. So I go into companies and I work with their employees. I do a lot of executive work trying to help them to understand how to build a better culture by being the best version of themselves to be better for their employees in their workplace. And people are having a really hard time readjusting to going back to work because it has really opened eyes to freedoms, flexibilities, to be able to do certain things. I believe that it helps you to maximize your time better. You're able to do more things and get more things done outside of just work, because when you think about the long day and transportation time. So just really helping people build that solid plan, accountability, being able to follow back up with them, being able to just help them with self-awareness and being able to categorize it. Because what happens is a lot of times people do things for their family, their friends, their organizations, their churches, and then they're like, they don't even think about it. They haven't did anything for themselves.
Absolutely. And especially as women, we tend to do that a lot. We take care of everyone else, but us. We forget about us. We don't exist. It's okay.
But that's not good, because I try to tell people, women all over, you're better if you are good to yourself first, and then you're able to be the best version. So, in you saying yes to everything else, you're saying no to yourself. And that's something I recently started saying, because I have executives that I sit down with and they're like, but Coach Melody, I don't have time to exercise or meal prep or, any, well, how many extra activities are you on? Well, I have like at least 30 hours. Well, you need to cut some of that back, and I can help you find a way to do that. And I was her. So that's why I completely relate to this journey for women, because I was the woman who was, managing a multi-million dollar territory, traveling every single day, going, managing my children's schedule, having to show up for them. And now I don't have all of that. And life is a lot less stressful, because we know stress kills millions of a year, and it's just something that people don't even know about because it's internal as opposed to external. And a lot of times people don't know when they're stressing. So just being able to do that self-awareness and wake up, it has been, life changing, to say the least, for others.
Absolutely. Can you tell us about Unwrap You? Let's talk about the company itself.
Okay. Well, what do you want to know?
What is it about, and how does it help? How does it help people? Is it what your focus about? Is it corporations, small businesses, and what are the services that you offer?
Okay. Well, with Unwrap You, it is an effort to educate. I do first of all, I do corporate wellness, then executive coaching. I do a lot of speaking, going out and doing like summits and retreats, things that are where people are coming together to be able to empower them, to what based off of whatever it is. Again, my programs are all created for the individual, so I do offer consults at no charge in order to get a understanding of what corporations or the executives are looking for as far as building out their plan, because there are a lot of places that feel like they have wellness because it's in their insurance, but that's the most underutilized service. It's really sad but true, because people want to touch, feel, and really be engaged with the person that they're working with. So having someone like me to be able to contract with and come out and provide wellness services for their employees, if that is a lunch and learn, if that's a webinar, if that's individual coaching, group circles, whatever it is, it just depends on what they're looking for. And also the goals that they're trying to accomplish. And that's kind of the things that we map out in the console. How many employees. I can go from a small company, and a small company could be the CEO, or the small company could be 10. But a lot of times I'm also dealing with major corporations that are having more of 250 and over, but not limited to that, because my goal when I started the business was to really help companies that could not afford to hire someone on staff to be their wellness person. We know that every company does not have the funds to be able to have that available. So if you're contracted, they're not incurring as much of a cost as far as being having to provide benefits and everything else for that individual. So I do provide on-site wellness. And I love to speak. I travel around the world and just really empower and encourage people. I have a annual Fam Fun 3K walk, which is coming up in September, which is Childhood Obesity Month. So my real goal is to educate, inspire, and motivate people around the world. And also the accountability is huge, because we know what people say is, I'm going to do it, and they never get around to it. I'm going to lose weight.
Yes.
They never get around. I'm going to meal prep. I'm going to sleep better, all of those things. So wellness is really important right now. And I really would just encourage everybody to reach out. And the reason why is because you don't have to do it alone, and you're not as successful doing it alone. And even if it's not me, find someone that you can connect with that can actually help to add value to your life. I have several coaches. Do you have any coaches?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mostly mentors. Yeah.
Yep. Well, no, I have a couple coaches, a business coach, and even for my wellness, the things that are important to me. It really is important for me. And
You
so,
need them.
yeah, most definitely.
Absolutely. You need them, especially in business and even in your personal life. Sometimes you need that shoulder to you can reach as that person you can reach out to and ask for help when the time is needed. is there because
Absolutely.
we goes to up and down in this world. So why do you think people need health and wellness coaches?
Why do I think they need it? Because people don't really take the time to make a plan for themselves and their wellness. And I'll just say that as an example, as I work with corporations, we all have strategic plans for our company. Why not have that same sort of thought process for ourselves? But most people don't. And when they work with me, it's always an epiphany like, wow, we're able to sit down and see where they are, be able to measure where they're going, get outcomes. Also, they forget where they were. So having someone to be able to track and keep up with that for them. And everybody just need one just because, and I don't say everyone like every single person, but it does not hurt. It's just an accent to your life.
Especially when it's, I know when it's come to New Year, when they sitting on the couch and then watching the 1, 2, 3, and then looking at yourself like, what did I do last year? Not okay. I'm gonna create a list. I'm gonna go to the gym and I'm gonna do this. And usually at the end of the year, they never really accomplish that. So I guess having a wellness or a health coach that can help keep them in track. So at the end of the year, also they will accomplish that goal.
And I like to be really clear. I don't call myself, I'm not a health coach. I am a health and wellness transformation strategist that does coaching. So I do make that available, and and the health expert in this field, based off just all of the outcomes that I've had and the people that I have worked with. And also, but you're right, people do need the assistance and accountability as far as their own where are they just where are they trying to go. And I would just encourage anyone that's listening, like, have you made those goals and how are you tracking with them? And if you're not, if you haven't started, that's a really telltale sign that, hey, let me go ahead and get on this. Let me go get someone that I can work through this with, because it is so easy to say tomorrow, I'm gonna do it tomorrow, I'm gonna do it next week, I'm gonna do it after holiday, I'm gonna do it after the summer. And then we're back to January, and then, like you said, everybody is right back to New Year's resolutions, which I don't believe in, because I'm into lifestyle change. And it's not about a resolution, it's about an ongoing investment in yourself. I did not stop doing any of what I did before the pandemic. I still exercise, I ate properly. The weight gain was real for a lot of people. And when they gain weight, it was also other symptoms like stress, unhappiness, sadness. There's so many more emotions, and I write about that in a couple books. I'm a published author, and I've written about that, and I have that in my journal. And that's why we're able to really put together some programs for people that are effective, because you might need one thing, whereas your sister may need something else, and your girlfriend or your husband may need. So it just really depends on the individual. And that's why customization for me has been very important to my business, as I don't want to be a cookie cutter, because I never felt that that worked when I was in my journey and trying to find my way through. But now I've educated myself and, helped countless people around the world. Now I'm just like, whoa, I see so much, especially through the pandemic. I was nonstop for 2 years and still going because of the amount of services that people needed. Plus, we weren't going anywhere, so why not work, right?
Not like we can go anywhere. You stuck at
Right.
home.
I just stayed on Zoom or virtual calls like morning, noon, and night. It was fun to me because I'm able to, like I said, I'm able to help other people be better versions of themselves.
Absolutely. So why do you think women are careless about their health?
You know what? I want to say I don't think that they care less. I think that they care. I don't even think that people are aware that they're not taking care of themselves, because this is just a cultural something that we've been through. Like, for example, I'll use me and many clients that I talk to. I was going through life just like in a real rat race with the kids, with myself, just doing the same old thing every day. And I didn't realize what and how it was impacting me until I got so stressed that my doctor was like, look, you're going to have to take something off your plate before you kill yourself. And literally, who would have thought? And if I wouldn't have had Unwrap You, because I've been doing this since 2013. and full time since 2019. And when I say that it saved my life because I was doing the techniques and using what I teach for myself, which is what made me able to get through it. Because he was like, I don't even know how you're functioning
Wow.
with this type of stress. And so I went on YouTube and I started really talking a lot about stress when the pandemic happened. And before, because stress kills. And I name my video on YouTube that anybody can find me on Coach Melody on YouTube or Instagram, Facebook. But they really need to watch that. It blew me away when I did the research on it, because that's why I'm always expressing to people, take care of yourself. We're going to find time. I hear people, I don't have time, coach. I don't have time. Okay, if you don't have time, we're going to make time. And those are
Time.
the things that once we do the consult, they're able to identify, because it's not about me telling a person, it's about the self-reflection and them understanding. They're like, oh wow, I could do it here. Or oh, I prefer this. And then being able to have those self-reflection moments as well.
You know, Unwrap You. What's the meaning behind the name?
Oh, that's a great question. I had someone interview me yesterday and asked the same thing. Unwrap You, it came by, if you can see in the back of me, you see a little version of me. It's green and blue. So the green is for vegetation and the blue is for hydration, because we really need those to make sure our skin and our bodies are operating at the optimum level, right? And then the Unwrap You is because people come to me in a box. They're stressed. They're not taking care of themselves. They're not feeling their best. They're sad, lot of emotions that are going on. When we get finished, I encourage people, I'm like, invest in yourself for at least a year. I used to start smaller periods of time, but it doesn't work, because people, in order to get results, you're going to go up and down, back and forth in the beginning, because it's not lifestyle change yet. And people say, oh, it takes 21 days. No, you need longer. But, we'll start off with, I always start off with an introductory period. But when they get done, they're unwrapped. So they're just like hands up, they're all over and they're excited, they're ready. And then I just really expect that they'll go out and continue that, but also tell other people, put other people on this journey to being better versions of themselves.
I do hope one day you start something that will, even after they're done with the program itself, they can continue getting help from you in another way, so that they can stay in that journey. Because I know many people, they will start something, they stay with it for a while because you're there, you're holding their hands, but when you're gone, probably be like, oh yeah, I can't do this amount, forget it.
Well, I have clients that I've worked with over 3 years now, but you have to also understand they can go on something like a after program where it's not as many touch points. In the beginning, I start off with 30 minutes to an hour once a week, and then I can bring them back to like 1 hour or 30. That's 30 to 60 minutes based on their time constraints. I can get them every week, 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, every 4 weeks, because you got to understand, the longer you work with me, then you are getting yourself accustomed to these behaviors. So it's more like
Oh,
a check in. Let's make sure that everything is going well, the whole accountability piece. And I have some people that just flat out say, nurses, VP, CEO, I'm not going anywhere, because they don't want to go backwards, because they know over time you're going to go back to your old habits until it is created and real for you.
absolutely. Perhaps one day you will create a community where even they're not getting the one-on-one, but they can still have something like a membership where they can check in with you once a month, say, hey, I'm still in track. Something like that.
You
I
know,
think it will be helpful.
Yeah, and you know what? I totally agree. I have been thinking about that, and I started it, and I have a Coach Melody community on Facebook. It doesn't cost anything. Anyone that's listening to can go to Coach Melody Wellness Community. But I know exactly what you're saying, more of a structured program where they are able to work through. And I actually have been really considering that. So you are speaking my language, ma'am.
So you wrote three books, and I was going through your books. You wrote three of them. Can you tell us about them? Because some of them are a little bit super interesting. I really want to know what was the idea behind of writing them.
Okay. Well, the first one, the collaboration, it was Your Dreams Are Possible. And the reason why I wrote that one, that was in 2016. And it was someone that I met in nutrition school, and we kind of collaborated. A bunch of women went before the whole collaboration piece was a big thing. And I wrote about your dreams are possible because I was a young, my mom was single mom. I grew up in the inner city of Los Angeles, California, and people were saying, based off statistics, that I would be pregnant or, wouldn't be in school. I'm a college graduate. I've been married, for 27 years. Tomorrow is my anniversary. I'll be married 27 years. We have two sons from the same household. Like, I really defied every odd that were out there. And then, going into corporate, I did better than a lot of other my counterparts, right? And did that for 18 years and then stepped into entrepreneurship and doing extremely well here. And so I'm like, your dreams are possible. Who would have thought this little young lady from a single mom would, end up being this Coach Melody around the world, right? And
Yeah.
so that meant a lot to me. And then the second book was my interactive wellness journal, which I wrote on my own, and that is actually a support for my clients, so they can get it on Amazon. But I also write them I have them and I give them to my clients because we're building a blueprint to their success, right? And so
Right.
I want to make sure that I'm able to keep up with them. So we got goal settings, positive affirmation, self care, nutrition, like the whole piece. It goes in together with that. And then thirdly, I have the Superwoman Mentality,
It.
releasing the Superwoman Mentality. And that was built and based off of what I see with women all the time. Superwoman, we talked about her already. Doing 10 things at one time, multitasking, on every committee and every organization that women have, and not taking the time for themselves. So really, I told my story through there, and it was really, for me, it was an amazing reflection because I was kind of talking about myself as well and just trying to really empower women to be sure that they're taking care of themselves along this journey. It's so important because if not, we're not going to be here long enough to really see our grands and our future generations. We have to if I can encourage everybody to do one thing, it would be really to take a look at you and where you are. If you are, some people are grossly overweight, and that could be, making sure you know what your BMI is, making sure you're feeling, if you're steadily getting bigger, making sure you're putting that into check, because all of those are precursors for other things: diabetes, blood pressure, obesity. All of that could lead to stroke and other health conditions. And as a former person that sold the medications, I know people, you guys, we can do better as a country. All of our numbers are just skyrocketing. Our children, as a result of this pandemic, are getting much larger. You see it everywhere you go. And our kids are us. So if we have bad habits, we're going to pass them down. It's just the way of life.
Absolutely. And then you know what you just said is right. When you have your kid, they just people say that, oh no, he's not me. She's not like me. Actually, he or she is. They pick up things from me from their parents, and I seen it with my own son. Like certain things he will do, I'm like, that seems familiar. Yeah, that's me. Uh huh. So you see it in them. So being a good example, it's important. And if we're taking care of our health, then the kid will do the same thing. For example, in my family, we have that policy: we don't smoke, we don't drink, and no drugs. And we don't take medication unless it's very necessary. Like even an Advil. If it's not necessary, we don't go take Advil just because we have a headache. Doesn't mean we need a Advil. Sometimes we just need a good shower, a great night's sleep, and goodbye headache. So it's like with my son, it's the same thing. If he sees someone drinking, he will say, "Mommy, that is so not good. That
I
person
love
should
it.
not be drinking." Yeah.
I love
So
it.
you're absolutely right. We are the example, and we need to fix the problems that we can leave for our next generation.
Yes, I totally agree. And I'm trying to encourage everybody. That's why the pandemic did help me get worldwide, because now I'm able to, instead of me having to fly to California, fly to DC, fly to Atlanta, I can actually go virtually. Like, where are you? We are in totally opposite parts of the world right now, right?
Me?
Exactly. Hmm.
Oh no, I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Exactly. So that's a great example. I'm in Illinois, you're in
Yes,
Nevada, and we're still able to connect and see each other and empower people around the world as well with the podcast. So, or the article that you're going to write or what have you. So to me, it opened up the door of what of scope that I can in the, the vastness that I can be. So, you have to be grateful for everything that happens. You have to be able to find the beauty in it, and that is one thing that I encourage every day, waking up and understanding that, you know what, I'm gonna be better than I was, and I'm gonna do more than I did, and it just makes such a big difference.
absolutely. I was watching one of your videos. You have an annual event, which is what you call Farm Fun K. Is this
Uh-huh.
kind of, I like the name, word, to get, and you're doing it to give back to the community. So, which was amazing for me. And I was watching the video, how the people having fun, and it was just so, even with the pandemic, and I'm like, she actually did this even through the pandemic, which is awesome. Can you tell us about it?
Absolutely. When I first started my business, I wanted to give back to the community. And I live in Illinois, and there is a small community, East St. Louis, Illinois, that is not far. And I do a lot of service projects there. And I had this idea about the 3K because in St. Louis, Missouri, which is where I do a lot of the other walks, like for cancer and all that, I ended up saying, I can do this, right? And so I wanted to do it in the city so that we could have somewhere to walk as well. So mapped it out in 2015. We did the first one, and it was an overwhelming response. It was just amazing. And I wanted to make it an annual event. So I partnered with a nonprofit. I am East St. Louis, the foundation, which I'm a board member. I'm a health executive. So I write a column for the magazine, which is I am East St. Louis, the magazine. And it's amazing because now we're partnering. This year we have radio. Well, let me just back. And when the pandemic came, we didn't stop because my business coach was like, look, you should do it, just do it virtually. So I got a group of people that was already part of the 3K, and we wore our different shirts, and then we walked, and we were able to do it virtually. So it was all virtual that year. So this is 2020. 2021 was last year, so that was 2019, and then 2021 last year we were able to come back in person again, and then we had a virtual component to it as well. So if you ever go or have time to go to Facebook, you can do the hashtag fam fun 3K, and you can see all the pictures. It was absolutely amazing. We gave over $14,500 dollars to the community events just because in effort. It's a youth program here where she actually works with youth to do violins, and they have been traveling around, and we were able to bless her with as a community because people actually did it. You can see it on the video, but it was absolutely fantastic. $14,500 over was given back to community programs. And this year we have radio advertisement. So we have even more that is going out and going with it this year. And I'm just so excited just that everyone is picking up on it because the purpose of the Fam Fun 3K was in the beginning, it was Family Fun 3K Walk. So of course everybody have their hashtags now. So Fam Fun is really a fun way of saying the same thing, just abbreviating it, and people can still walk virtually. So anyone that's listening, anyone that sees or read about this, they can also go to Eventbrite and register and walk. And then all they have to do is put the hashtag and where they are walking from. So I'm trying to get people in 20 states and 3 continents. Last year we had Prague, Europe, and we also had Africa. So I want to get, yeah, I want 3 continents and also 20 states to be walking. So I'm very aggressive, and I'm going to make sure that that happens. Maybe even you will get a team in Nevada and walk. Hey.
I have, one thing, Coach Melody, I have no doubt you're gonna make it happen. But you also have another event coming up in August. What is it all about?
Now in August, what is going on in August? What's going on in August?
Does you have another event coming up after that? Or before that?
No, not a major event like this. No. I do
Okay.
speaking events all the time. I'll be going to Atlanta, but it's for a conference. So I speak, but not anything like what I'm doing for the Fam Fun 3K. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So starting a business, it's usually a little bit overwhelmed. Especially as women, we have kids, we have the husband, we have the family, we have everybody. that just boom, boom, boom in our ears. So, what are the biggest challenges did you face while starting your business?
My challenges weren't like normal because I had already ran a business kind of similar to what I'm doing with Unwrap You first. And I was always working from home, so that was no adjustment. I've never worked in the office, so that wasn't so bad. For myself, it was easy because I put together a plan and went and took it to my husband and was like, look, I'm leaving here. But I also got a severance, so that was able to help me because you know that businesses don't normally take off the first year or two. So I didn't expect it to take off like, you would love that, but that's not always the necessarily the truth. So what I did was kind of planned for the worst and got the best. And when the pandemic happened, it just really helped enhance and inflate everything. So what I would recommend, for people, I didn't do it where I saw a major difference when I was doing it as a side hustle, as they call, versus doing it full time. Now I don't feel as nearly as much stress because I do this all day. So I have all day hours and I'm able to contact and work with people when they need it. One thing about entrepreneurship, sometimes people have to do it simultaneously, like with another position, and that can cause stress. So, everybody has to walk their own journey. But for me, I would definitely say only doing that. And also do not let people, what has helped me is not letting people dictate what my business model looks like. Because people call me and say, hey, you should do this, or you should sell this, or you should do this. I know what works for me now. And in the beginning, I would kind of be wayward. Like I'll do this and I'll run here and I'll do this. But now I'm very focused. No, I'm doing corporate wellness, executive coaching. I do women, empowerment, summits and retreats and all that. And then I do youth wellness and life skills as a way to give back because I just love our kids. And I feel like if we educate our youth more, then we'll have more education and then we maybe won't be in the crisis that we're in right now because we are in an obesity epidemic as well. And just know it's not all about weight. There's other factors that contribute to the weight that people aren't really bringing notice to, and that's actually adding to the problem. So we got to deal with those other stressors in order to get to the root of the problem.
So, what are the future plans for Unwrap You?
Oh, wow. Why you ask? I am actually in the process of coming out with a new product. So that will be coming out fresh and new product line. I'll be going and doing a lot of talking. It will definitely involve hydration. That is really a key factor in so many things and being able to I'll be putting together and I will get back with you. Maybe you have me on the front of the magazine next time. But we can when I get that all rolled out, and I really would like to have it ready so I can give it out during the walk. But I'm going to have a whole YouTube series in a way to educate people. And, you never know. I might have me a sort of program, like you said, online where I just haven't found anyone to manage it for me. Like now, what I've learned also is I have to stay in my lane. That's not what I'm good at. So I need to find someone, maybe there's an entrepreneur out there that's going to be listening that could help roll out that online course where people are able to be a part of the subscription program or what have you. Because I've thought about that for years. I just haven't found anyone that can do it. And I know I don't have the capacity to add one more thing to my plate right now.
I love the fact that you know your limits.
Yes, ma'am. Well, my motto is do more best. Do less best. I don't believe in doing 20 things halfway. I want to do 10 things, but I want to do them 110%. And that matters to me because my word and my work ethic is truly who I am. And so I don't keep taking on. I'll peel back before I take on because I want to make sure I'm exceeding everyone's expectations that I'm working.
Absolutely. So now
Yeah.
let's go back to Farm Fun 3K, the work. So if someone want to join you, they need to register. What is the deadline to register, and then what are your expectations for them? What they need to do exactly to be a part of this great community you are creating?
Okay, very easy. Fun 3K, FAMFUN 3K, and no walk with it, just Fam Fun 3K. And you can go to Eventbrite or there's a Facebook invite also that's been made with the Fam Fun 3K, and you can link it there and register. And when you register, it kind of has the directions there. But anyone is welcome. I want grandmoms, grandpas, kids, mom, dad, uncles. It's a fam fun. So it's a family fun 3K walk. So everybody is invited. It's $25 to register. It comes with a t-shirt as long as they register before the date and actually put that there, because a lot of times, especially, there's a lot of people that are here, so we have pickup dates that they can come. But I will make arrangements for people to get them if they need them mailed. And just if you're not going to be in person and virtual, all you have to do is use the hashtag and put it on Facebook, and I will be able to see all. I connect with everybody that walked. It was just amazing to see last year people all over, and so it's very simple. So Eventbrite, Fam Fun 3K, Facebook, Fam Fun 3K, and they can register and join us. And it's Saturday, September 10th, and we kick off at 10 a.m. And we'll have vendors, we'll have a lot of different activities. We got kids participating. They're going to be doing some routines. We're going to have hula hoop, jump rope, all these different organizations out. It's just going to be a really, really good time. And if anyone wants to join, they can feel free to come in person or virtually, and we would love to have you.
And virtually, all they have to do is take a picture,
Yeah, that
post it
walk.
online.
Yep. They walk, take the picture, virtual, take the picture, and then post it. And then when in the comments, put the, in the post, put Fam Fun hashtag Fam Fun 3K, and it'll log it where all the pictures are. And I've used the same one the last 2 years because it just changed 2 years ago. So you're able to go back and see some of the other photos as well if you would like.
And also, I know that the money you raise is going to help a nonprofit. Can they also make donation to you for that?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Yes, if you go to the Eventbrite, you can make a donation there as well. Yes, ma'am.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome. So, what advice would you like to give to upcoming health and wellness experts?
What I would like to give is you got to stay with it. If it's something you're truly passionate about and you really want to make a difference, it's not going to happen overnight. I feel like everybody I started with is gone now because they wanted the money quick. They wanted the results for people quick. And I didn't. I went thinking it's going to take a while because I had to change my name. I went from a corporate position to now a community person. So now people know my name. You can see on the back, I won awards and I just got an award on Saturday. There are so many different things that you have to do in order to build your brand. So you got to be patient. But unfortunately, I believe that people are not as patient because they don't have as much money saved up in order to be able to do that. So you have to put together a solid plan. I'm so thankful that it's going on. I just completed 8 years of, with Unwrap You, and it's still going strong. And it wouldn't have if I would have had a lot of time constraints on, with me. So I feel very thankful for that. So I would definitely say entrepreneurs is coming up. You got to make sure that it's not going to happen overnight. Don't get frustrated. Keep believing in yourself. Know what your purpose is. Know that what's going to happen and what's for you is for you.
Absolutely. Anything else you'd like to share with us before I let you go today?
No, ma'am. I would just like to say thank you. I'm so glad that we connected. I'm so glad to be a part of your community. I look forward to the podcast and the article that's going to be written in your beautiful magazine. I can't wait to receive the copy. And I also just want to just open it up. If anyone wants to reach out to me, my website is www.unwrapu.com. And you can Google me. You can find me on any other social medias like we've talked about before. And I really encourage everybody, please invest in your health. Invest in your health mentally and physically, emotionally. It just makes you a better person.
Absolutely. And thank you so much, Coach Melody. And please continue to unwrap people because we need you to keep doing that. And the better health we have, the better we can give to this world. And I appreciate the time.
You are welcome. I appreciate you. Remember, everybody, health is wealth.
always a joy to listen to other female founder stories. Thank you, Coach Melody, for taking the time to have this conversation with me. Let me know your thoughts about this episode, and to learn more about Coach Melody and Unwrap You, visit www.unwrapu.com. Thank you for listening to Female Founders Podcast. That's it for this week's episode. Be sure to follow us on your favorite podcast app or connect with us on womel.com so that you don't miss our next episode. See you next time. Bye for now.